you all had a great holiday, recharge, ready for 2015. My job this evening is very simple. Give you a quick recap of what happened in 2014 and let Ashok Gar take the reins of the chamber and take it to even greater heights. So as Jagdeep mentioned to you, 2014 was the 15th year of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. So given it was the 15th year, we said we need to make it a banner year celebrating 15 years of service to the Greater Houston community. I see a lot of new faces in the audience today. So what began in 1999 as a group of business leaders that said we need to work on US-India trade, that's how the chamber started. They thought about US-India bilateral trade before trade with India was fashionable in the United States. Very quickly, they recognized there was a lot more to do locally as well. The chamber very quickly became the voice of the business community. The chamber became a vehicle, if you will, to facilitate access to the rapidly growing Indo-American market and its tremendous purchasing power, and also be a resource for individuals, small businesses, large corporations, mega corporations, to facilitate business right here in the Greater Houston region. So what did we try to accomplish in 2014? We kicked off the year with our, what's become tradition. I've been to Texas A&M. If you've done it twice, it's tradition. Right? So last year was the second time we did it. It was our annual inaugural networking session. And we took advantage of our founding president, Dr. Durga Agarwal, who had just been appointed to the University of Houston's Board of Regents. That kicked our year off. And a couple of weeks later, we got a call from the Consul General saying that the newly appointed Indian ambassador to the United States was going to take his first trip outside of Washington, D.C., normally reserved for such cities as New York, Chicago, L.A. He chose Houston to be his first visit outside of Washington, D.C., and we want to thank you, Consul General, for giving us the privilege of hosting a business reception for the newly appointed ambassador with over 150 business leaders from one two-man corporations to the president of Shell, president of BP in attendance. And then we went on about our business for the rest of the year. We had tax law seminars, the impact of the Indian budget, which was very eagerly awaited across the globe given that there was a new Prime Minister in India. We had long-term care options given the healthcare law that got passed. And we rounded off the year with an expert, a national expert on immigration on what the executive action by President Obama actually means for immigrants, for individuals, for businesses. We continued our women's mentoring series with the Bar College of Business Dean Lata Ranjan, an intimate session with about 15 members and guests of the chamber. We had our distinguished lecture series that most recently featured Dr. Ron DePinio from MD Anderson, trying to make cancer history. He was preceded by the first Indian-American Texas Secretary of State, Nandita Berry, and prior to that, our very own University of Houston's President and Chancellor, Dr. Renu Kator. We also had our minority certification workshops, which is something that the Chamber stumbled on over 15 years back to say, how can we get businesses, members of the Chamber, to recognize the value of certification? We've done these workshops every year. This year we added a twist to it. Certification takes time, probably doesn't cost money, but certification doesn't make money. We got the certification experts to sit with the procurement experts from large corporations, from government, to see how you can leverage the certification to benefit your business, how it benefits your bottom line. 15th year, so we had our 15th year gala that you all are used to on an annual basis. We must have timed it really well, because soon after we had sent out invitations for it, the Indian Prime Minister chose to visit Washington, D.C. that same weekend. In spite of that, in 3 major Indian weddings in town, we had 650 folks in attendance, which we're very happy about. And we had U.S. Senator John Cornyn join us as our chief guest. And we honored pioneers in entrepreneurship, energy, education, and healthcare. This year also saw a significant step in India securing its energy future. The ability to export excess natural gas from the United States to India. So we honored the Gas Authority of India and their US partners, Shenya Energy, Dominion, and Carrizo Oil. Finally capped off the year with a great delegation to India, which would be only the first of two. Another one that Ashok Garg will talk about. It was a small delegation focused on creating jobs right in the Greater Houston region, attracting investment in the Greater Houston region, also looking at the tremendous opportunity that India and its new Prime Minister are creating. We were featured as guests at an all-day US-India Infrastructure Summit, and all of these were arranged, but the icing on the cake was a 15-minute meeting that all of us enjoyed with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. We can take credit for that, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So, that's how our year came to be, and also pleased to note that we spent an evening with the chairman of the JNPT Port Trust, which is the largest container terminal in India. Thanks to the road paved by folks in the room, including Ellen, there is now a memorandum of understanding between the Port of Houston and JNPT, the beginning of bigger things to come between our region and JNPT. Again, none of this would have been possible without you. Friends, members, supporters, well-wishers of the Chamber. That's how this happens. It also doesn't happen without our resource partners, many of whom are in the room. It certainly doesn't happen without the work of our Board of Directors. If I could see some of them in attendance today, Joya Shukla is here, Aku Patel, our incoming President, Ashok Garg, Jagdeep Alwale. I'm trying to see if I'm missing any other board members that I can't see with this bright light. If there are, please raise your hands. Again, let's have a round of applause for our Board of Directors, please. And everyone in Houston knows this. The only reason the Chamber is as successful as it is because of the tireless efforts of one man, Jagdeep Alwale. What makes him successful is his dedication, his commitment, and most importantly, love for what he does. And his wonderful team, Juliet Lopez, Roshan, Manu Shah, Asika Morga, Vijay Dixit. We could have